This is TWiT. I just want to talk about the new iPhone. I really don't.
Yes.
On to lighter things.
Heather, what you cover tech, but do you cover everything in tech, or what do you cover for the Washington Post?
I mostly cover consumer tech. I look at trends that affect real people, and I did play a little bit with the iPhone. I wasn't doing our iPhone review this year for a change, and I like the flat edges. Is my really important hot take on that.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you can say. The edges, they're flat. I like that.
Well, I talked to some iPhone 3 SE owners a while ago, and they swear that you can pop open a beer with the flat edges of the older devices.
Jeez, Louise, don't.
I want somebody to test
that. Stop.
Don't. I wasn't going to buy it, but now I'm all in.
Does Jeffrey Fowler get to do the review this year? Or
he did the review. He took out like 7 iPhones and tested the cameras and everything. He's also sort of our 5G expert, which is where this phone is.
I pity the man.
Underwhelming. He has a fun job. He loves it.
Oh, good. No, I think Jeffrey's great. 5G is the least compelling thing, he says, about the iPhone 12. And we've been saying that too. In fact, last week I played
took that picture. It's lovely, right?
You took that? So do you like the blue?
I mean, I don't know. I think this is I don't want to make any gender assumptions here. I feel like men are less likely to put it in a case. I would never have an iPhone without a case on it. That's just absolutely lunatic to me.
Is that like not wearing a mask? I don't wear a mask, and I'm not going to put my phone in a case. Freedom.
Or maybe it's because I'll have a bag to put my phone in.
Oh.
And so I'm not worried about having to get it into my pocket or a little friction there. And I think that's more the reason.
I make my daughter put her phone in a case.
I also will not go iPhone naked. I just don't believe in that. Got to put it in a case. That said, I'm so frustrated this time around that I feel like the lower, cheaper model got all these cool, bright, vibrant colors. And then if you're looking at the Pro,
we got robbed.
Right. It's like silver, graphite, gold. It's like they think we're too classy to have the trashy bright colors. I'm not. I want to.
No, I'm trashy, baby. Phone. Here's another picture from Washington Post photographer Heather Kelly.
It's beautiful.
There's the difference in the blues between the right,
it's
the iPhone 12.
It's blue, right? The cheaper one. Right. It's like, here's your bright blue versus your metallic blue.
You cheap people. So you want bright colors. Wow, I never even thought of that. You've created a class war over iPhone colors.
So bottom line, I am skipping this year. So I ended up buying the iPhone 11 Pro. That camera is 10 out of 10. I love it. I'm not a picture person.
It's an excellent phone. I'm very happy.
It is great. I do not regret buying the 11 Pro at all. But you look at this year, 5G, I think there's never been a less compelling year
I'm
to
so
upgrade
annoyed
to 5G.
With 5G. I'm so annoyed. With
Line
all
of
the
sight,
marketing hype, it's crazy.
Well, Christina has that New York Times podcast with Verizon, so good on her for
we won't say anything.
That.
She was here last week, and she mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, but 5G right now, I'm barely leaving my house. It's not here in Dedham on the outskirts of Boston.
Not anywhere.
There's just no point to it. It's so inconsistent when it does work. So that's not compelling. The camera upgrades in the 12 Pro this year, I personally don't find that compelling. That's why I was so surprised with the show notes for planning this week. The Apple is expecting the 12 to be one of their best-selling phones in a long time, and I'm really stunned because it doesn't look like a year to upgrade to me.
And do people have the money to pay for new phones right now? Is that a priority?
Right.
Yeah. I feel like that's a bit tone deaf.
Well, I think also a lot of
there
people
will always
have
be people
more
to buy
expendable
new
cash.
stuff.
Say again?
What?
Like people have more expendable cash, the people who have jobs. I mean, because they're not
if you're not out of work. Yeah.
So you've got kind of this split.
No, that's actually a good point.
A lot of people might buy one.
Because we're not going out to eat. We're not paying for travel. We're not vacationing. Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe.
Yeah. But also night selfies. I'm excited about that.
So tell me. So you obviously, I know Jeffrey got the review, but you got to play with the Pro, right?
Well, it was daytime, and so I should actually have taken one. As I I love night mode I have an 11. I don't think anybody should upgrade because there's a new phone. It should always be because your old phone is no longer functional in some way that you can't pay to fix. It's silly to be like, oh, I just want this one new feature. I got a new phone last year. It should be like a laptop. You know, you get a new laptop when your old one's too slow.
That's sad. You know, the phone, everyone gets a new phone just for one new feature just to say they have it.
If you can afford it. If you can afford it. Here's Jeffrey's pictures showing the night mode in a evening scene. This is the iPhone 7, then the iPhone 10, the iPhone 11, and boy, the 12, you know, you can read the sign for one thing. I mean, this is pretty amazing.
And they've expanded it to all the cameras. It was just on one camera before, but now you can do it in the front facing, all the back facing, telephoto, and that seems awesome. I use it at night when I put my kids to sleep. I can't see in the dark if they're actually asleep, and I use night mode every night to make sure their eyes are closed.
Mommy, why are you showing an infrared light in my eyes? Mommy, please. Your poor kids.
It's low on our list of issues.
When I was growing up, I would always see this red light in my eyes.
It doesn't have a red light, does it?
No, it's invisible. Unless they're lizard children, they can't see it. So you're safe.
I didn't say they weren't, but yeah.
I do think the ceramic, so I am not a coordinated person. I drop my phone like 500 times a day. I will own it. I'm that person that gets my money back from Apple Care every single time I buy it. And if it really is 4 times stronger, that is a very compelling feature to me. I was disheartened in, our friend Joanna Stern's review that Apple wouldn't let her actually drop test it. So she's in the middle of the stadium.
They wouldn't let her?
Throws. They wouldn't let her do it. So she's just throwing the phone around.
That's why you got to buy them.
Yep.
I mean, what are they going to do if she actually broke it? No more phones for Joanna Stern. No, that's not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen. You're absolutely
probably
right.
not. Yeah. She's a rule follower. She's chaotic good.
I have to tell you though, that's why I'm not invited to Apple events anymore. Apparently, I'm not a rule follower.
I don't know. I think that in MagSafe, I think that is the other really interesting thing this year. Lightning, I think I think most of us that are tech people want to see us just get rid of Lightning, put USB-C on it, especially because
you're not going to get your wish. It's all ports are going to be gone next year.
I think you're right. I think we're going to move to a MagSafe feature.
They could have gone to C this year, and I think they thought, why? Because we're just going to get rid of all ports, and it's just going to be MagSafe.
Yeah.
But do we really want another proprietary? At least last year it worked with all the wireless chargers, and now we're like, no, only Apple magnetic.
No, this will still work on Qi chargers. You can still use a Qi charger. Yeah. They said that. It just isn't as good.